Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
I'm all prepared on that. What is up? What is up? It is Sunday's Community Jam, June 8th, 2025, 5:08 p.m. of the Eastern Standard Persuasion. And this is it, folks. This is it. Last one. It's the end. There will be no more Sunday Community Jam. We will be moving the Sunday community atmosphere over to Saturday nights, starting next Saturday, which would be the 14th. It will be the Saturday community hang, and we will open up the panel. We're still going to play guitar. We're going to rock it out, but we're going to open it up. Anybody in the community wants to jump up, chat, tell us what's going on, just visit, hang out, have a few beers. It's going to be more of a nighttime party atmosphere. Maybe we'll call it the OU Crew Tavern, Saturday Night Tavern, something like that. But we have the last show for today all planned and lined out. No, we're just winging it. So we'll get some boys in here and we'll see who we got. First in, we've got, let's see, here is John Shane. Welcome in, sir.
What's up?
We got Jimmy Butter. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We also got Randy, the R5 Red Bull Ripper. Welcome in, Randy. We also have R2R3 joining us today. Right on, R2. Always good to see you. With your purple nurple hanging out, cock-locked and ready to rock. And, of course, we also have a Symmetry Trev is here. Welcome in, boys. Hope everybody is well rested and ready to go for this fine Sunday afternoon.
Good to see you, Randy, John, Jimmy, Trev, Ryan.
See you, brother.
Good to see you, bros.
What's up? What's up?
What are we going to do tonight?
I see everybody is just all rearing to go.
I'm looking at Randy tuning his guitar over there.
Yeah, I'm just making sure everything's working over in this.
Right. Yeah, yep. Well, we are good to go. Tell you what, before we get too much further, let's go ahead and open up chat. See who's here. And see who pops out. Oh, let's see. Earl Coli, first one. Howdy, friends. Looking forward to last Sunday Community Jam and move to Saturday nights. That's right. Legends of the Sofa Circuit. What are we drinking? Some Diet Cola for me. And I don't know about those boys. But I do know that R2R3, channel member, panel member, and crew member, is saying cheers, Modelo beer. Okay, bye.
That's a good beer.
And now he's back.
That's before I did yard work.
It was okay. Modelo, I tried it because R2 was drinking it. I'd never tried one, and I was like, it's okay. It's okay. It wouldn't be my beer of choice, but it was good.
What would be your beer of choice, Ryan?
Right now, my beer of choice is Dos Equis Amber.
Yeah. That's a good one, too.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's tasty.
That is my go-to whenever I go out for gastral festivities. You know,
Absolutely.
Have a Dos Equis.
So I always order at a Mexican restaurant.
Right?
Always.
Let's see. We've also got Yostinator is here. Yo Wasabi Butt Rockers and Metal Smiths. Welcome in. Toasty Yosty is what I'm going to call him.
Yeah.
We've got channel member El Barget is here, cracking open a 2-month-old bottle of Stewart's root beer. That would just be stale, right? We've got channel member Stephen Franklin is here saying, what's up, boys? Steven? Good to see you, Mr. Franklin. Nice. Mr. Franklin, as well, as everybody knows, is the kind donor for our giveaway grand prize coming up in August, right around 24th, 25th, something like that. We're going to be giving away some stuff to subscribers, but the main boss GT1000 pedal will be given away to a channel member. So if you want to get qualified for that, make sure you have channel a membership. Thank you, Mr. Stephen Franklin, and welcome. We also have Chuck C. Channel member is here. Channel member Florida Claimers Ted is hanging out. We got channel member Hillary saying happy Sunday. Hope you have a good, great show. Be catching the replay. When you do, Hillary, hello and welcome back.
Konnichiwa.
Domo arigato. Channel member Cushman NYC saying hey to the Tone Chasers. Good to see you. Good to see you. We have Randy. Would you allow me to do the honors today?
Oh,
Do you mind? We have the one, the only, a Dan Gorman. Let me start that over.
You sure
Randy
about
got
that?
Randy got redos.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Yeah, whatever.
Mix it up a little.
See, Randy has done it like 52,000 times. He gets practice on it, so figured I need some practice on it too. Let's let him do it right. Okay, I'll admit it. Much better. Much better. I'll leave it to you next time. I'll stay in my lane. Welcome in, Dan Gorman. Channel member, panel member, and OU crew member, Jimmy Biter, saying, what's up? Always good to have you here, Jimmy. Let's see. Cushman NYC, did we say hey to Cushman? I think we did. We're going to say it again. I got sidetracked by the Dan Gorman walk-on. E. coli, we said hey to. El Barge, channel member, is here saying hey to the crew. Good to see you. Let's see. Scrolling on down, we also have Yostinator. I said, Lord, take me downtown, just looking for some kush. Right on. We said hey to Yostinator. Let's see. Scrolling. Everybody chatting it up. Arkansas is here. Saying hello to everyone. Good to see you, Arky. Let's see. We've also got No Man's Land is here. Greetings and salutations. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging. Symmetry, Trev, channel member, crew member, executive producer, and
Super
panel member
symmetry.
today. That's right.
Super symmetry.
Always great to have you here when you can make it and you're not drunk and passed out. Let's see. Who else do we have? We've got Wayne McConnell. Oh, no, not the end. That's right. It is the end of the Sunday journey for us. We got Mark Spurgeon is here saying hey to everybody. Good to see you, Mark. Let's see. Scrolling on down. Who else? We've got channel member Hip Metalworks is here. Good to see you. Good to see you.
What's up, man? What's up?
Let's see. Who else do we got? Wayne, we just said hey to. Scrolling. Florida Claimers Ted. Did we say hey to Ted, channel member? I think we did. Keep scrolling. We got Cucumber, CMBR, channel member, says hit I. Good to see you, Cucumber. It. Oh, he meant it. Hit it.
Hit it.
Look at there, channel member, Steve, a Cassidy guitar, all the way from across the pond, saying hello, OU812 crew. No, that was not the right. That was not the right at all.
Time zone.
Yeah, completely different. Welcome in, Steve. Good to see you.
You got to think a little more groundskeeper Willie.
You want to give it a shot?
No. I'm not there yet. I just cracked this beer.
Channel member Charles Green is here saying hey to everybody. Good to see you, Charles. Looky here. We've got Donald Young is joining us. Say, what's up, Ryan, here in your neck of the woods? Oh, yeah? Right on. I just had something fall here. So let me
What was that sound? It's like you had a gong, like
like Robbie.
Robbie.
Let's see. Good to see you, Donald. Welcome in.
What's up, man?
Scrolling. Arkansas throwing it out there. Cha-chinging. Renewing that membership. Thank you, Arky.
Sure, that wasn't Donald Young going in the back door over there?
It might
Well,
be.
not your back door.
It could be. Breaking through the window. Arky throwing it out again. We got a cha-ching. Got Joe Alba gifted a membership by Arky. Thank you. I swear that sounds like R2. Dollar, dollar. Appreciate you, Arky. Thank you for the support. Let's see. Who else do we have? Did we say hey to Charles Green? I think we did. Channel member Charles Green. Gonna say it again.
Say it again.
It was like 30 seconds ago. I know it. Let's see. Who else? Arky got to run to the store, get some beer and booze, and she'll be right back.
All right.
Let's see.
Those seconds for everybody.
We got Robert Bowers here. String it, strap it, and make it scream, gents. Right on. We also got Jade Guitars is here saying hey to everybody. Is that a new name in the channel? No, that's channel member Jade Guitars. I've seen Jade Guitars before. Welcome back. Welcome back. Mitch Heyman saying hey to the crew and happy Sunday. Good to see you, Mitch. Let's see. Who else do we have? Andrew Madaw is here. Any pros or cons on Legator guitars? I don't know. Never heard of them. Any of you guys played them? Any experience?
I've played a couple of their lower end ones. They're okay. I've heard their higher end stuff's really good though.
Did I say that right? Legator or is it Legator? Who knows?
Legator.
Legator?
Legator.
It sounds like gay. I don't know.
I've heard it said Legator and Legator. So. But I've played a couple of their lower end, like $500-$600 guitars, and they're okay.
Well, I'm gonna pronounce it Legarizor. Let's see. Did we say hey to William De Silva? What is up going on?
Boy.
Good to see you, sir. Big Bad Bill, Sweet William now. You got it. Donald's been on the road trucking back and forth. Right on, man. Got to get that paycheck to support that gas for the guitars. LBRJ, not familiar with the brand. Yeah, me neither. And I think we've caught up with the chat. Anybody that I've missed, I'm sorry. Say something. Anybody that is just lurking, say something. We'll say hello. And if you're just traveling on in, say hello and we'll say hey back. We've got Ben Coombs just kicked the door down and is here saying yo to the crew. Now this is a marathon for me because I'm going to be going through this whole show and then jumping right over to Ben's channel for the hang on Sunday night.
Right on.
I don't know what we're doing over there. I guess he's going to ask me a question or two and then I'll maybe answer it. I don't know.
It's going to put you in a dunk tank.
Stick around and find out.
Had a good show with JJ the other week.
Right?
Yeah, JJ's always a blast.
It'll be a marathon today. Everybody that's here will just switch right over to Ben Coombs' show and we'll just keep on keeping on. In the chat. Everybody in the chat. Let's see. Everybody's saying hey to everybody. And there he is. Channel member McCullum Music. Matty is here saying ayo. And Trev, the usual suspects. If you want to send a link to Matt, maybe Charles Green, if he wants to jump in. I don't know what he's doing. But,
let's send it, man. Let's send it.
Send it. See what happens.
Send it and end it.
Send it and end it.
The matter already, but
right on.
I don't have any other way to get it. Charles. Because I'm still boycotting the whole Facebook. You need a pin for your messages.
Oh, I have not seen that. So Ben is only going to have one question, and he may have stolen it from Charles. Right on. So we'll see what happens.
Do you like guitars?
Why are you gay?
Exactly what I was
Why are
thinking.
you so gay?
I'm going to snap my fingers, and then you will no longer be gay. But I'm not gay. Exactly. It works. So silly.
Good piece
All right.
of social media there.
Grill you and interrogation. Bring it on. Bring it on. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights has just entered on through the door that Ben kicked down. And there he is. Been waiting. Channel member Steve Rizor is here. Good to see you, Steve.
Cheers, Steve.
Right on. Well, what do you boys want to do today for our grand finale?
Just hit it.
Just hit it? All right. R2 wants to hit it. So R2, R3, blocking that, everybody. Hit it.
Hit it now!
Play a tune. Play a tune. What are we playing?
on. A little rocking track to get started with. Everybody sounding good. I got a little tuning issue with this guitar today, but I think I got it sorted. Had a string change on it. Strings haven't set or stretched. Whatever your preference of word is. Tomato, stretch, set, whatever.
I haven't stabilized out yet.
I haven't stabilized, correct. All right, let's see. We saw some new faces coming in. Let me scroll up just a little bit here. Let's see. Yeah, pretty sure that said hey to everybody there. We also have got a CLS. Christopher Live Sova is here. Good to see you, Mr. Sova. Big winner on the final Show Me Your Pick grand finale show last night. It was one question that only somebody that knew the show would win. And wouldn't you have it, Mr. Sova? Got it.
Nice.
Super appropriate.
Absolutely. Couldn't have been a better ending. Let's see. Who else did I see? I saw that Stephen Franklin threw a little cha-ching out there for us. $5 super chat from Mr. Franklin requesting a dive bomb, please. And I think he got it. A couple of them in that little track there. Thank you for the support, Mr. Franklin. Always appreciated. Let's see, scrolling on down. Ben Coombs talking about that tone that could go for each and every one of us, I'm sure. Let's see. Who else did I see? Scrolling. Mitch Heyman showing some fire for Randy. Right on. Andrew Madaw says some sweet chops, EVH Frankie player. I guess he means Randy there. Which is, it's not a Frankie, it's a Kramer, a replica of the 1984.
As soon as I saw that, I said, somebody's going to say something.
I wasn't going to say anything.
You will be corrected.
Somebody's going to garber it.
It's all good. I knew what he meant.
We got Mr. Mick is here. Right on, Mr. Mick. He says, will R2, R3 be able to be on Saturday's shows?
Your guess is as good as ours.
If he answers no, then our question to him then would be, why are you gay?
I hope he is, because I feel like I play better with R2 here.
Right?
He didn't tell you he's going on night shift starting next week, next Saturday.
He's got a grandmother set to die next Saturday, so.
Guys are a bunch of...
Well, R2 answers, he says, I'm going to do it. All right. Let's see. Steve Cassidy says, smashed it. Appreciate it. Robert Bauer is smoking 5x5. Great riffs. That's 5x7. Thank you. Hey, look at here. We got Dory McMahon is with us tonight. Saying hey to everybody. Good to see you. We also have channel member Frank C is here saying happy Sunday.
Brother, man.
Rumor is it's the last one. That's right. Last one for Sunday.
Good to see you, Frank.
Give
Right.
Tony a week
Frank the
to
Tank.
stiffen up in the
Rumor has it.
the casket before we jump in.
Yep, exactly. All right. So what else was I going to do? Oh, I was going to say thank you to all of our channel members. We hadn't got to that yet. I figured I'd wait till a few more people came and they could see who all of our channel members are. So big shout out and a thank you to our channel members. We do have channel membership available if you choose to support us in that manner. We greatly appreciate it. There is a join button over there, and there's also a link in the description for each video if you want to join up. And we do have the giveaway that's coming up. So in order to be qualified for the grand prize, you must have a channel membership. So hit that join button and come and join the festivities. We appreciate it.
Can I get nerdy for like 2 minutes?
Sure, absolutely.
go
We're
to-
requesting isolation.
I was going to answer Andrew's question. He asked if it's a Beretta. No. So,
Thank you.
Right.
Appreciate it.
so
Back
the-
to our normally scheduled program now.
right. So the Kramer 5150 and then the Kramer 1984 were not Berettas. The bodies were based off a Kramer Pacer Special, and the headstock shape is not quite the same. So this is a parts guitar. It's Music Craft body and neck, pretty much to the specs of what Ed's were that we know of. And yeah, not to get super nerdy. If you want to get super nerdy about this particular guitar, we did a Guitar Snow show on this guitar some months back.
Almost a year ago now, isn't it?
No,
It seems like forever ago.
no, it ain't been that long ago.
No.
I think it was this year. So,
Well, that came off the Under the Bus
Right.
anniversary.
right.
Which is
Right.
Coming up on
typically
another year, I think
this
they were
month.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it almost. I think the end of this month will be a year since I acquired this guitar.
Yeah, but our guitar arsenal was not maybe quite that long ago.
Delayed.
Mr. Mick is asking, has anyone checked out the new Tone X Brown Sound 78-79 collection? I have not because I do not have a Tone X.
I don't either.
Doesn't Steve have a Tone X?
I don't think so.
Steve's got the Hotone Impero.
That's right. The hot one. The Hotone.
Excuse me.
However you want to say it. Let's see. Sean Hockey is here saying, what is up, man? Good to see you, Sean. What's up, Sean? Right on. Way up dude right behind him. Better be careful there, Sean. Way up dude's behind you. Hello to the hot gentleman on the panel. And no, I'm not gay, Randy.
I never said you were. I said it was your fault.
Yostinator throwing it on out there. A little cha-ching for us. $10 super chat to support the channel says, thanks for all the shows, boys. Looking forward to the new Saturday slot. Now play my theme, Randy. What you give is what you get.
That's Jimmy, bro.
Your manners, yeah.
Jimmy plays that one.
Do you have a riff or two of that, Jimmy? Do you know what he's talking about?
Am I going to get trapped and playing it every damn weekend?
Yeah, that's right, Jimmy. You fucking play it, bro.
No. Just this once. Every time he puts a $10 super chat, yeah. Right on. Maybe we'll hear that song later today. Perhaps. Maybe. Who knows?
Play it, Jimmy. Play it.
Jimmy's his own man. He can play whatever he wants. We're not doing a
Not. You tell him what to do.
You fucking play, Jimmy.
crying in the rain, R2. Now.
You fucking no.
Frank C saying good evening to some folks there. Right on. Let's see. Channel member Robbie Stingle is here. Got the beavers out. Good to see you, Robbie. Let's see. I know we said hey to Dory. Right on. Anybody else new that's jumped in? Andrew says, love it. Thanks for the info. Right on. Don't remember what that info was, but you're welcome.
You got it.
It was the guitar, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The legato guitar.
Body.
Yep. Oh, and then that guitar there.
Yeah, this.
Gotcha.
Give me with all the stripes on it.
Any particular reason why you're playing it, Randy? I haven't seen you play it in a long time.
That's why I'm playing it.
It's about time to break it out. Warm it up.
Yeah, and dude, every time I pick this thing up, I'm like, how good this thing is ridiculous.
Cool.
For a
So
parts
why
fit.
don't I play this more often, right?
Sounds good. The AT1 pickup in it like really just makes it shine, and it does the thing. So, but no, I've got that new neck coming, and it's thicker with an asymmetrical profile. So I'm trying to get back,
Right.
kind of get more acquainted with a thicker neck and asymmetrical profile.
What's that? What's the nut size?
I think this is an R2.
Okay.
About 2 to 2.5 inches each. Oh, I mean,
The nut size on the neck I have on the way is an R3
R3.
with a flat 16-inch radius.
channel member Mean Joe McGraw is here. Good to see you, Joe. Welcome. All right, what's next, gentlemen? We got this our last Sunday show, so let's rock it out, man. Who's got something they want to play?
I don't know. I already played all my good stuff, so all my good licks.
You play all your good licks, bro.
So you're licked out.
Yeah,
Maybe we could convince Jimmy or R2 to play a song.
We'll just play the
Hey
licks
Jimmy,
backwards.
you should play that rat song.
So you're licked out.
Yeah,
Maybe we could convince Jimmy's got his YouTube going.
That was good.
Who did that one? Who was that?
I think Jimmy has
was
his YouTube
Jimmy.
on his phone, and with the delay, it came up. Somebody's going to be capturing that as a soundbite, so you're looked out.
Oh, yeah, man.
It's hotter than fuck here, eh? It's like pushing
It's
90.
like 88 here, 90. Yeah.
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
That's warm.
73 over here.
I don't know what it is here. I just know that it's comfortable inside the house. Let's ask Siri. What's the temperature right now?
Been
It's
in the
about
90s.
81 degrees outside.
81 degrees.
It's hit 90 the last.
About
2
93 in your
days.
culo.
It was like 91 when I left work yesterday afternoon.
Swamp ass.
Yeah, it's been pretty shitty.
I wouldn't be opposed to hearing John play his King's X song. That went away.
I'll get there.
Gets things going. That's a good one, right?
I'll get there.
King's ass.
Sorry, evidently there's some conspiracy talk on Facebook about Quentin going live at the same time we were going live or something. I don't know.
He's live. Or he
Is
was.
he?
He was. 5 o'clock on the dot.
Same time every Sunday, you think that he would get the memo, but that's all right.
Well, maybe he's trying to
just
claim
jumped
his
at the bit
spot.
for this
Yeah.
time slot.
He's getting his slot now.
He's like,
Gotcha.
all right.
Putting
Quentin,
That's all right.
after day, 5 o'clock on Sunday is all yours, bud.
What's up, Sean? Tony?
Right on. We got Fruitcake Tony in the house. Mr. Grand Finale last night. I fell asleep, Tony. Sorry, I couldn't make it all the way through. Yeah. I was watching in bed on the iPad, and I woke up, iPad was closed, and it hit me in the face, and show was over.
Fatality.
Tony.
I did get to see Sova win the trivia, though.
Yeah, yeah.
So, end of an era, Mr. Fruitcake Tony. Show me your pick, and Halenville Live are no more. And we'll be jumping into that slot next week and Saturday at 9 o'clock.
You're not quite dead yet.
A lot of good times over there with Fruitcake Tony.
Tony.
Appreciate all the years,
free
man.
at last.
Let's see. Robbie says the Lucido 87 non-tilt maple is killing it on the Isaacson. Found a 78 custom shop today, Ryan, for $189. Cool.
189.
He is he's rebuilding that. I don't know if you guys have ever seen or remember when Robbie had showed off his maple capped Kramer that he had, or no, it wasn't maple cap. The whole body was flame maple.
Ooh.
So I think he's doing a redo of a neck and putting a new pickup and so forth in there. Should be cool. Looking forward to that one, Robbie. Let's see. Andrew says Lost in Germany, King's X. Fruitcake says free at last. Is it like a big weight off of your shoulders, Tony? You feel like you can go out and live your life and be free in the world now? I guess, a lot of this, go back and watch the replay if you haven't seen, what Tony talked about last night. But, being occupied with something when, you're not unable to get out and do other things. And then, eventually as you're able to do stuff, it may start to feel like a job, if you're doing something that you want to get out and have some fun and, spend a Saturday night out on the town or something, So we get it, man.
Indeed. Well, fortunately, we've got a solid team here. So, even if one or two people got to bow out on any particular day, just still enough horsepower to keep the show running.
Absolutely. That's been nice about having you guys around. If I got something going on, it's still the OU Crew channel, So you guys come on and jam. So it works out really, really, really well. All right. Mr. Franklin is lurking, cooking chicken on the grill. Right on, man.
I'm cooking
burn your
John's
peckers.
world famous boneless, skinless chicken thighs.
That's right. Takes time to put on a weekly YouTube. Now, that's if you plan, Tony. Us, we just show up and hit go live, So
Go live.
then whatever happens. But, Tony, you are more than welcome on any show that you want to do to put together a trivia and come on here and run the trivia. We'll open that up for you. We'll save that slot for you.
There you go.
Fruitcake Tony's 10-shot rock and roll trivia. Right on. All right, what are we doing, gentlemen? Was R2 going to play or was Jimmy?
Look at Jimmy. He's
Jimmy's
looking
ready.
at his-
Jimmy's ready.
he's-
Jimmy's ready. Jimmy's
attacked.
Jimmy Biter, everybody. Hey, before you start, Jimmy, is that a Charbonnet? What the heck is that?
Chardonnay.
That's what I named it.
Shirt. Finesse.
That's the Charbonnet.
There you go.
It looks browner in here. I mean, you guys saw the picture of it. It's actually greener, darker green.
Sure,
I didn't. How many Sharpies did that take?
Well, after I got done sniffing 5 of them dry, it took 3.
Looks good. Jimmy.
Guys, okay.
Yeah, it looks really, really good.
This is another Pearl Guitars body.
Jimmy, still high?
So the neck is a 1987 Ibanez 540 Pro neck. In '87, they were still using the Fender heel. So I mean, it fits the. I took out 4.5 millimeters out of the neck pocket to drop the neck. So I wanted the fingerboard, the bottom of the fingerboard, down to the top of the body,
Right.
so that the bridge would be flush with the top of the body also.
That's nice.
And then I didn't do a neck plate. I did the ferrules,
Right on.
and then did the old ESP. Take the
Little
notch
relief.
off there.
Cool. Do you have
Is it for comfort?
Comfort.
do you have any tilt on that neck, or is it
Nope.
straight?
Dead flat.
Gotcha. Didn't need it from where the setup was, I
Nope.
guess.
Nope. And instead of going to the shop and doing all the work there, I did everything specifically with hand tools.
Nice.
Is that a
Set up a-
16-inch radius?
Nope. So this neck, this is the last year for Wizard necks with a 12-inch radius.
12. Okay.
Nice. Very cool.
So worked out beautiful. It's actually, this neck had the original nut, which is a 12-inch nut, R3 nut. So I got nice string action up here, and then all the Goto 1996 Ts are 14-inch
Oh,
radius.
14.
So I'm able to maintain, that 1 millimeter, except for the the 5th and 6th strings, which is just a tiny bit higher.
What if you want 16? You take the plate out underneath the saddles?
No, you get some saddle shims, and you
To raise the...
put one on
both
each.
E's?
Put a .01 shim on the 1st and 6th saddles.
Yeah.
Very cool, man.
That'll
Jimmy
keep it
making
flush.
all the cool combination
man.
guitars. You should open up your own brand of guitars, for sure.
Third
Sure,
ball
biters.
guitar company.
Let's see. Let me get this question from Tony. He says, "Is this your last Sunday show?" Yes, this will be the finale for our Sunday shows, and then we'll be jumping into the Saturday time slot. And yes, we'll be heading over to Ben's channel. So everybody here in the chat, make sure you stick around, and then head on over to Ben's when we do that. Let's see. No Man's asking, what will the new show be called? Saturday Night was already claimed by Fruitcake Enterprises. Probably Saturday Community Hang or Saturday OU Crew Tavern or something silly like that. So let's see. Andrew has an original 91 RG 550 with an original Wizard neck. Right on. Well, without any further ado, shall we hear how this one sounds with Jimmy? Jimmy Biter, everybody.
Sounds great.
Yep, muted.
Jimmy Smash.
was lovely. Blast from the past. Dig it. Sounded good, Jim.
Right on.
That was not Rat.
Nope. Dig it.
That's a good tune, though. A Y and T.
See, where did we leave off here in the chat? With the Lincoln Cat asking about the show. It's,
Yeah.
we're being moved. So it's the last show on this time slot. But
Yep.
the show goes on in a better time slot.
Tuesday and Thursday shows will be unaffected.
Yeah, exactly.
Going to Saturdays at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
Brian's here. Cheers, searching for tone.
I'm still searching for it.
Well, it's never-ending journey, my friends. That's what it's all about.
R2's practicing away. Well, we practicing the solo
Hit
to
Hit it.
You're going to hit it?
When he's burning with the fever, swing on calls when he's lonely in the night. I wanna go crazy with the thoughts of retribution. That's my weekend when it's taking time.
Right on. Smoking hot R2 with the crying in the rain.
Stamina.
Right on. He's got those legato fingers all warmed up and good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Let's see. Let me address the chat here. We got some new faces coming in. We got Buzzing Frets is here. Says, good stuff, R2. Welcome in, Buzzing Frets. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me scroll up a little bit.
Good to see you,
Andrew Madaw says, awesome. Nailed it. Right on. Yostinator throwing up some horns for you. A lot of fire. Charles says, oh, yes, R2. I think Charles had a moment there. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Got some fireworks
Thank you,
there
brother.
from Mean Joe McGraw. Let's see. Mitch Heyman is here. Says rock R2, R3, locking nut. Fire, fire, fire. Right on. Good to see you, Mitch. Let's see. Scrolling,
It's the energy,
scrolling.
dude. It's the energy.
I think that I saw a question that I wanted to get to as well. Got some applause from Steve Cassidy Guitar. Right on. Let's see. Scrolling up. There was a question that I wanted to get to. Here it is. Lycan Cat says, so obvious to most, but I'm totally blind. Singer and guitarist playing over backing track or studio setup with other musicians. So Lycan Cat, what we do is right now there are 5 guitarists on the panel, along with an executive producer. And each of us, when we play a song, we'll solo out and we play a backing track with the guitars ripped out of it. So the only live that you're hearing is the guitar playing. The rest is a backing track. Other times we will run a backing track that we all take turns playing a little lead over. So you'll hear us rotating through some leads on just some generic tune backing tracks. So hopefully that answered up your question. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you here. Let's see. Let me see what else is going on. Scrolling back down to the bottom here. Let's see. Dan Gorman said, awesome. Right on, right on. Robbie breaking out his beavers again.
Right on.
And we've got Kurt 5150 is here. One of the drivers of the bus over there on Under the Bus Network. Good to see you, Kurt. Always nice to have you hanging out with us.
Oh, you're my boy!
There he is. Right on.
Right.
Kurt, you're my boy, man.
We got channel member Blue Mox is here saying cheers to everyone and a happy Sunday afternoon. Welcome in, Blue. Blue.
What's up, Blue?
Let's see. We also have channel member Hugh Caldwell is here. Says R2 a legend.
No,
Right
dude.
on.
Hugh, you the man.
Always good to see you, Hugh. Welcome back. Welcome back. And let's see. I think that catches us up with new faces that are here. Sean Hockey, I don't think I said hey to. Welcome in. And
Good to see
who
Sean,
else? Who else was here that maybe didn't catch? Where is he? There he is. Searching for Tone. I don't believe I said hello. So welcome in. Good to see you, sir. And yeah, we're caught up with the chat here. Boys, I would like to request for our final Sunday show an Alice in Chains block. What do you think? What do you think?
Nice.
We'd be down for that?
Sure.
Yeah. So it starts off with Jimmy, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah, where's my list? Hang on.
Hang on a sec here. Hang on,
Trev's
guys.
got the list.
We got a Randy,
The list.
Jimmy,
Randy,
John, Ryan, Jimmy, Ryan.
Okay. Is John wanting to start it off with like something that has inspired
I was
Alice in Chains?
no, I was gonna do the King's X one. That's okay.
Well, exactly.
do that
That's King's X has inspired Alice in Chains. So
Well, there we go.
yeah,
Do that because
absolutely.
I've got to grab my E-flat guitar and tune it and all that shit.
Right on, right on. Let's go. John DeShane, everybody. John DeShane with the head first amplification.
Give me everywhere.
Right on, brother. Sounding awesome. I love the little change up you've done with some of the guitar work there at the end, especially. Sounded good, man.
Thanks, man.
You didn't think anybody'd notice that, did you?
Well, usually Randy does, but he's not here, so fuck him.
All right. R2, before we jump into the Alice in Chains, I see you've got your Van Halen guitar. Did you have something you wanted to run through real quick?
Nah, let's do it. Nah.
Before we
I was just
occupy
warming
the-
up and just getting it ready, tuned up, but let's do it.
Yeah, go ahead. R2, R3, everybody. R2.
Trouble
as always, smoking R2. Very cool, man. Very cool. Thank you. All right. Should we bust on into the Alice in Chains block? I think.
What's the order again?
First up is Randy.
Jimmy, John.
Randy.
Randy, Jimmy.
Randy, Jimmy, John, Ryan, Jimmy, Ryan. And I think you
What?
do another one in there sometimes. That's what's written down.
Well, we typically would play stuff off of dirt, but
Right.
the end might be just some additional stuff, which we can do.
We can.
Yeah, we can do anything we want.
Yes, we can.
All right.
Free country, man.
Is Randy ready to go, or should we start off with something else?
No banter.
Gave it the last little whap there. I think he's good.
See what happens.
Randy Price, everybody.
Sun best in a long time. A new friend turned me on to an old favorite. Nothing better than a dealer's eye. He had convinced him to buy. What's my cuts and cut and burn so often. But I sit, think of something, scared to face the dying nothing. See the circle I'm waiting for. It ain't like that anymore. Yeah. Where I go is when I feel I'm able. How I fight is why I'm feeling sore. In my mind, not forgotten, feel as though a tooth were rotten. Behind the smile, tongue and slipping, buzzards cry when flesh is ripping. See the circle I'm waiting for. It ain't like that anymore.
that was quite the rock block of Alice in Chains. What do you say? What do you say, Phyllis?
Beauty.
I'm awake.
You awake? Well, you started out and then you had to wait for the whole thing, so R2, he's probably
R2
gone.
hasn't
Yeah, he's
Arthur's gone. He's like, I'm out of here.
he's at the
Fuck
store
these guys.
picking up some more Modella.
Just while we're for those fuckers to come back, I'll play another one.
Yeah, right on, man. I'm gonna take a quick break myself.
Okay.
Modelos!
Love it, Jimmy. Love it.
Cool.
Nice.
Love it. Love it.
Times.
Good times.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool track there. I like that one.
Nice.
Well, boys, let's get over to the chat. We haven't checked in with the chat in a while. Let's see that
Fucking hour and a half.
Chris
Anybody still there?
Hill is here. Right on. I see Cindy Rosie is here. Good to see you, Cindy.
Hey, Cindy.
Let's see. Was there any other new names that I missed? Let's see. There's channel member Zach Thong is here. Somebody got an echo going there. Let's see. Scrolling on up. Anybody else that we missed while we were jamming? Did we say hey to Blue Mox, channel member? I think we did. We're going to say it again. Let's see. There's El Barget is here. Did we say hey to him?
Yes.
I think so. And Steve Rizor, I know we said hey. Let's see. I think we got everybody. If not, say something there at the bottom of the chat. We'll catch you. We'll say hello. We'll say what's up.
What's up? Robbie posted a question.
Robbie's got a question. It says, I'm rebuilding this guitar from the Kramer factory in 82. Should I give with the knurled knob or a witch hat?
Which hat, man?
What do you mean, like a knurled knob? Like a standard Fender knurled?
Round
Like,
knurled
like the rainbow
metal
ones that
knob.
Randy sent over. To
Oh, yeah.
Booty.
That's probably a little too modern. I'd say the witch hat then. Yeah. That would be my
Witch
choice.
hats are Gibson knobs.
This is true.
Speed knobs on it.
Gibson owns Kramer now, so may not be that bad.
New ones come with knurled metal.
This is true.
Sounds like a band style, like a genre. Neural
I
metal.
think the old Strat knob is
Right.
fine.
Or even a 5150 style knob. MXR.
Fucking hate those things.
I know Randy hates this.
Come on.
What's next? Let's see. This is oldie but a goodie. Let me do this one. Let's see. Get that there.
Over here, do a little bit of this.
Is my signal hot? Do I need to turn down a little bit?
A little bit warm.
All right, let me get over here. Let me get this adjusted here. And wrong one. So get this down. How about that? Is that a little more manageable?
I can't really tell the difference. It's not, so it's good.
I looked under chairs, I looked under tables, I tried to find the key to 50 million fables. Call me the seeker. I've been searching low and high.
Party, man, party, 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 party. Party.
Can you dig it?
I can dig it, bro.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Motherfucker.
All right. Oh, thank you, Chris.
Play it loud, man. Don't quiet.
Oh, that's the one I meant. Calling us all beautiful. Let's see. Robbie was thinking Witch Hat as well. Right on. Says, actually, they had an Earl in 82 that was originally on the guitar, but I agree with the Witch Hat. Tone knob. Right on.
Which hat?
Way up dude, throwing some bunny ears. That's right. Play it loud. Play it loud. Waking up the neighbors. What's next, gentlemen? On this final
You can
Sunday community jam.
wake the neighbors up with.
Jimmy's got it. Jimmy's got it.
It's got some ball rocking.
Some ball rocker shit, man.
How big is it?
Love it, Jimmy.
Very nice, very nice. We've got
very nice.
Still got the request from Yostinator. What you give is what you get.
Tune in
So you-
next Saturday.
Yost, what Jimmy gives is what you get.
Jimmy's his own man.
I'm sure it'll pop out sooner or later.
Just think it's,
Oh. Ooh. Let's see. Zach Long says, yesterday I bought my uncle's 80s made in Japan Fender Telecaster white pickup guard. 3-tone, a sunburst, a finish with white binding. Very nice, dude.
Nice.
Very cool.
Jealous, Zach. That's awesome.
Very, very cool. Let's see. Robbie's asking, does it have a truss rod? I've never known a Fender Telecaster not to have a truss rod. I know that sometimes you have to take the pick guard off to get to the truss rod. Yo says word, Bimmy jitter. Well, what's next, gentlemen?
Yeah.
We need to rock it out till 8 o'clock at least.
You ready?
Sure.
E.
that was Jimmy making all that noise, by the way, John.
Yeah.
I figured as much.
Took me a second to get over there and hit the mute.
All good.
Exactly.
Do it, Randy. Hit it. He doesn't seem too thrilled.
I'll give you something to hit.
And the crowd goes wild. Right on, Jimmy. That was awesome. I don't know that we've seen Andy jumping in and out here today.
Yeah, he's a busy man.
And I don't think we've had a chance to say hello to our channel member and our favorite firefighter, Chattanooga, station number 5, Andy Carson.
And a hell of a nice guy.
Super nice guy. Super nice guy. Welcome in, Andy. I'm glad to see that you're back safely. And having to run out multiple times today for various car alarms and brush fires.
Cool.
Yostinator, this is the one rat tune that proves how vital Robin was to Rat. DeMartini got all of the glory, but Robin and Juan were the heart and soul of the band. And R2 seems to agree with that.
Robin was the reason that Jake E. Lee left.
Yeah.
Well, the good reason, right?
Worked out.
Jake E. Lee didn't want a second guitar player. That's why.
Is that what it was?
And according to him, when they hired Robin started getting more and more and more and more power, and Jake's opinions mattered less and less and less, so he left. But Jake is also the reason why they got
DeMartini. Yeah. So that's what I was going to say. He was like, hey, I got this band that you'd be a good fit for. Yeah. So, yeah. Cool stuff.
I mean, Jake did pretty well for himself with a couple of gigs there with Aussie for a bit after.
Mm-hmm. Who would you say has been the best player for Aussie?
Jake.
Tommy Iommi.
Yep, Jake.
Who the fuck is Tommy Iommi?
Black Sabbath, you mean?
Me.
That's Tony.
I say Joe Holmes.
I'm talking when Ozzy split off from Black Sabbath.
I'm with R2, man. If I had to list my top Aussie guitarists, it's Jake number 1, Joe Holmes number 2,
Holmes, number 2. Yeah.
Randy Rhoads.
Even though
then
Joe
Zach.
Holmes didn't do an album, he played live on them.
He did that whatever track that was they did for the Beavis and Butthead Do America soundtrack. He's on that, and then he's got writing credits on like 2 or 3 tracks on that Down to Earth album.
And who would you rate his least best? Zach.
Zach Wild.
Yeah.
That's not knocking Zach. I mean,
No.
Zach.
I will say that some of my favorite tunes though were with Zach. I liked a lot of the later stuff. Now, Crazy Train, obviously with Randy, that's one of my favorite Aussie tunes.
My big fan was The Diary of a Madman.
Yeah. I like the Diary album better than the Blizzard album.
Now, from somebody that is not a guitar player, there's a girl that works in my department at work, and she went to the Metallica concert same night that Randy was there. And she was talking about it. She was talking about the other bands. And the first band, she was like, they were And then she talked about Pantera. And she's like, I know it's not the same guys. She says, but I don't know. It was what it was. The guitars were all widdly, 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 widdly. And I mean, that perfectly described Zach Wild's playing style. Widdly, 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 and squealy. But definitely got his own.
Yeah.
Now, he did awesome in that Rockstar movie.
That was cool.
Right.
That was totally cool.
That was cool.
Well, I kind of feel like, if you look at Ozzy's career over like through the 90s and stuff, the quality of the material was just like a straight downward slope. I think No Rest for the Wicked's a better album than No More Tears.
Oh yeah.
But really, if you look at his guitar players, they've all got 2 great albums with him. You've got Blizzard and Diary with Randy, and then Bark at the Moon and what's the
Ultimate Sin.
Ultimate Sin
With Jake.
and then No Rest for the Wicked and No More Tears with Zach.
Tears for Zach. Yeah.
You think that maybe they purposefully were? I mean, obviously they didn't plan on not having Randy, but do they purposely change guitar players so that they didn't have to give
Ozzy
credits?
had no interest in getting anybody other than Randy. Ozzy loved Randy.
Right.
Randy, on the other hand, grew to start disliking Ozzy because he wasn't like a huge part in all the super crazy antics and drug use that Ozzy was into at the time.
Right. Yeah.
The rest of them, everybody knows the demise of Jake was Sharon.
Right.
And
Sharon!
Zach got extremely popular there in the early 90s and started doing a bunch of, the Pride and Glory and in his Book of Shadows, and got real big into Southern rock and stuff like that.
Right.
It's when Joe Holmes came in.
What was the name of the project that he did? Was it Black something?
Black Label Society.
Black Label Society.
His
right.
current band, yeah.
Yeah. Did we say hey to Darboard? What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
Welcome in.
What's up?
I think he's been here for a while. We just hadn't caught him. We also got Chris, unbelievable. Worst guitarist for Aussie, Gus G.
Oh,
he
fuck.
says.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, right. Skipped.
For good reason.
He was the second Zach Wild replacement. He did that Scream album. Or, no.
Yeah.
Was it this? Did he do the Scream album, or was that Zach? And then Gus
Black
G did
Rain.
the tour. Black Rain, that's it.
And
Dan-
Scream, I think.
Dan Gorman says, I always wondered if Randy had lived, how far he would have gotten,
I don't
or
think
where he would have gotten.
I don't think Randy would have done more than 3 albums with Aussie before he went on to do something different.
Went on his
think
own way.
He was kind of tired of the rock and roll, heavy metal lifestyle and all that stuff. So
He's like, I'll show you, man.
Start go play jazz guitar like Skolnick did.
Channel member Rob Blackmore official is here. I don't know if we said hey to him.
mate?
We're saying hey now. He says, anyone going to be watching the live streaming of Back to the Beginning? It's being streamed on pay-per-view. I don't even know what that
Talking
is.
about going back to the beginning, like Rebirth.
That is.
That's the final Aussie concert thing, isn't it?
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
knowing Sharon, she's probably going to charge $5,000
Right.
to stream it.
I don't know. What would I put on that? It depends
Zach, make-
too. Is
make
it
sure-
just for the Sabbath part of it? Is it going to be all the bands?
Zach, when you Google Holmes, make sure it's Joe Holmes, dude.
Not John.
Not John Holmes.
I watch
John-
it when
John
it comes
Holmes'
out of
nephew.
VHS.
If you really want to hear the greatness of Joe Holmes, Joe was actually a student of Randy Rhoads. He was one of Randy Rhoads' students when Randy was teaching guitar.
Yeah.
But check out his Pharmacos record that come out about 10 years ago. It's finally back on all streaming streaming things, and he's platforms, and he's got a new one coming. I think he's put out 3 singles for. And he's just the dude's a monster player. I mean, he's the one that
awesome.
when Jakey Lee was not Jakey Lee, the fucking Jason Becker. When Jason Becker got diagnosed with ALS, Joe Holmes is who did the David Lee Roth tour instead of to replace Jason Becker.
Gotcha.
He was
and
with
this
Lizzie
is-
Borden for a bit too.
Joe McGraw is talking about Bob Daisy wrote a lot of the tunes.
Bob Daisley did write a lot of the tunes.
Yostinator says Bob Daisley is the shit.
It was kind of the similar situation with Bob Daisley and Randy writing all the Aussie stuff, and with like Dio, Vivian Campbell, and Jimmy Bain writing all the big hit Dio songs. So
Dalia Mendez is here. Says, what's this end thing about? Well, Dahlia, this is the last Sunday community jam
It's
that
this
we're going to be
end,
doing.
man.
This is the end. There will be no more Sunday show. We are taking this show, we are packing up, and we are moving it to Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we will be moving from Sunday to Saturday.
Sunday!
And Saturday will be more of a community hang and party. So we'll be chilling, hanging out, opening the panel. Everybody can jump on. Guitarist will take precedent. So if
all
we got
ladies
somebody
want
wants
to come on
to,
here and strip, you know.
ladies will take precedent over everybody else. So yeah, if any of the ladies want to jump on, for sure. So it's going to be opened up, and it's more of a party kind of atmosphere and hang for Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, same channel,
Saturday night.
different night, different time.
All right, I'm
That-
gonna do.
with that
I'm gonna do a
said-
tune, man.
Shut up. With that said, don't be bringing your fucking drama on here.
Oh yeah, there'll be some screening, and it's
Yeah.
not going to be just randoms. You got to be a friend of the channel.
Rob says that the final concert for Aussie's digital tickets are $25.
That's not bad. I'd be in for $25.
Wow.
Chris says, I think Randy would have been a Trevor Rabin soundtracks and solo albums.
Maybe. Yeah.
Let's see. Scrolling. Dahlia says, why?
Why ask why?
Why are we moving?
Bud dry.
Right? Just don't try Bud Light. Because then John will say, why are you gay? All right. We got R2, R3, ladies and gentlemen. So want to jam a tune.
Blow us out, R2.
Right on. Awesome, R2. Always love that one, man. That is freaking jamming.
Right on, brother. Thank you.
I was listening to that last night. Part of my regular circulation.
John, I gotta say, you're looking kind of sexy there with your creamy thighs and hairy knees.
Want to see my pecker?
No.
You got an ingrown hair on your kneecap.
No.
You want to see my pecker?
Oh, no. No.
You want to see my pecker?
No.
Andy. Be safe, Andy.
Yeah, be safe, Andy. He's got to run again. Man, it is just a busy day in Chattanooga over there, I guess.
Crazy.
You're in the ghetto. Just let it burn.
All right. Zach is heading over. I put a link up for Ben Coombs' channel. I'm going to be guesting over there in just a few minutes. So make sure that when we close,
you're not taking a break or
it's
fuck
just
all.
like
You're just going to marathon
right over
straight
here.
through.
Right. I may split out here in just a second and let you guys close it down, but I may run up and try to get something to eat real quick. But
Yeah, pancake.
so I'm going to say thank you to everybody that showed up tonight for our final show on Sunday. We will be back. Show's just moving to Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. So looking forward to seeing everybody there. I think it's going to be a good move. I think it's going to be a good kind of a different kind of atmosphere for the show. And I think it's going to be nice.
Less of a hangover
Alonzo
vibe.
Guardia is here. Right on, man. Says good to see y'all.
Hangover vibe.
Super busy with new job. Hope y'all are doing well. Right on, Alonzo, man.
Hey,
Thanks
brother.
for jumping in and saying hello. So, if you guys want to close things out, I'm going to run and try to get something to eat real quick, use the restroom, and then I'll be back and see everybody
see you
over at Ben Coombs. So,
Sounds good, man.
peace.
Cool, man. Later, everybody.
Guess we're gonna wrap it up.
Roll that beautiful bean
Pick a
footage.
song, Randy.
Exactly.
Well, everybody,
What the fuck?
been great on Sunday. Now I'll have more excuse for more debauchery and a wider range of shenanigans on a Saturday night.
Right?
Since nobody has to get up and go to work on Sunday unless you have one of those jobs. But none of us do, so
Nope.
We'll do one more. Close her out.
No.
No?
I don't care. Whatever.
Start it off, Randy.
With what?
everybody.